Alright, welcome. I'm doing another guest review, and this time I'm going to talk about the movie Never Say Never Again from 1983. And this movie is directed by Irving Kershner. So, if you're wondering what Irving Kershner was doing between directing the Empire Strikes Back and Robocop 2, this is what he was doing, directing this movie. So this is a Bond movie. It's a James Bond movie from '83, like I said, and so this is the year that had two Bond movies. This one and Octopussy with Roger Moore. So why there was two James Bond movies in '83, and why I'm talking about a big studio movie? This is not a movie that make you say WTF. But the making of this movie does so is such a weird story. So I'm gonna gloss over the story so to put in context why this is so weird. So way back in the day, in the 60s, I believe late 50s, Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, with this guy Kevin McClory, were doing a script to do a Bond movie. So they're working on the script. They're doing putting ideas, and the script was never finished. The movie was not done. So Ian Fleming took all these elements of this script and wrote the novel Thunderball. So later, McClory say, "Hey, I'm going to sue you. You use my stuff." So Kevin McClory got the movie rights for Thunderball, and I guess some elements like Blofeld, like the main villain for James Bond. And apparently, Ian Fleming got the book rights. I don't know about that, but Kevin McClory got the movie rights. So when um, Ian Production, Salzman and Broccoli were doing the Bond movies with Chuck Connery. They had to negotiate with McClory to do Thunderbolt because he got the movie rights in the lawsuit. So they say, "Hey, please, please, pretty please, make us let us make the movie, and we will give you a producer credit. And in 10 years, you can make your own Thunderbolt movie. You can make your own version of the movie." So legal stuff. It's awesome. So apparently, since that year, '65, when the movie Thunderbolt was made, there are still fights about the rights of stuff. Um, Apparently, Blofeld, played by Donald Pleasence in You Only Live Twice, by Telly Savalas in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, playing by Charles Gray in You Only Live Twice. And apparently, McClory was saying, "Hey, I own that." So they were fighting, 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 fighting. And Ian Productions say, "Hey, we don't need Blofeld." They were saying Blofeld is like a minor character, is not a big importance in the James Bond franchise. So in the pre-title credits for Your Eyes Only from '81, they put a man from behind, implying Blofeld, and give him a humiliating death.
Alright, keep your hair on. Put me down! Put me down! Oh, you want to get off? Mr.
Saying we don't need Blofeld, we got better movies, better ideas, etc. So Uh, Ian Production apparently was pissed off with McClory doing his lawsuit. McClory was pissed with Ian Production, so it appears that this movie, Never Say Never Again, the movie I'm eventually going to talk about, was done out of spite. So, like, Kevin McClory said, I want to hurt you, Eon Productions, and I'm gonna do a movie because I got the rights to the movie. I got the rights to say this is James Bond. So, and I'm going to try to hit you. So he hired Sean Connery to play James Bond. Sean Connery, who says he was never going to play James Bond again. That's where the title says never again, and never say never again, because he played James Bond one more time. He was retired from the character in 71, I believe, in Diamonds Are Forever, and he came back to do this movie. Apparently, Sean Connery came back out of spite because he apparently feel that he was not paying enough for the previous James Bond movies. So he said, "Now I'm gonna collect." So that's how we came to this year, 1983, the year with two James Bond movies. We have Octopussy, starring Roy Moore, and this movie, Never Say Never Again, in '83. So, so this very quickly the story of how the movie came to be. So, of course, the movie is starring Sean Connery. Um, Kim Basinger as the Bond girl, Barbara Carrera as the other Bond girl, like the villain Bond girl, and Klaus Maria Brandauer as Largo is like the main villain of the movie, and Max von Sydow as Blofeld, like the villain, like behind the shadows of the movie. Like I said, the movie was directed by Irving Kershner, so I'm gonna assume, out of spite of someone of I don't know. I In my head canon, Irving Kershner was pissed off with someone, and I say I'm gonna do a Bond movie to get revenge. I don't know. Maybe he was pissed off with George Lucas for not directing Return of the Jedi. I don't know if he wanted to direct Return of the Jedi, but of the Jedi. Here we say Jedi. And so in my head, Irving Kershner was pissed off at someone. So he did a Bond movie. So I guess now someone will have to do a review on spite of this review. I'm nominating Professor Macabro. Maybe you should do a review of Thunderball out of spite of this review. I don't know. Just a thought. The movie is essentially a remake of Thunderball. So if you have seen Thunderball, essentially you've seen this movie. So the bad guys, Spectre, are using Kim Basinger's brother. Apparently, they got him hooked on drugs because he's a military guy, so they're gonna use him to steal some nuclear weapons and got the war for ransom. That's the plan. Got we want money. That's what the bad guy says. We got money, but I mean I understand. I also want money. I'm not gonna steal nuclear weapons, but so the movie is not a great Bond movie, but I think it's a very adequate Bond movie, especially for the time. Bond movies were like the gold standard of action movies, so they were the most spectacular, the most with the most budget, all of that. So especially in the 60s and the 70s, probably in the 80s not so much, um, but action movies, 60s and 70s, Bond movies, and this is early 80s, so still you expect something big. So in that regard, it's very adequate. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's not a boring movie. It's not bad. It has a lot of good action scenes. You got your locations, and you got Sean Connery with beautiful women. But Sean Connery, he was like 50 something when he made this movie. I think 53, I guess, more or less. But he looks much older, so like the age differences with Kim Basinger and Barbara Carrera, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I mean, both of them, Kim Basinger and Barbara Carrera, they're obviously adults, and what adults want to do, that's fine. But I don't know. The age difference seems too big for me. But it's James Bond. It's like super manly man. So I get it. Also, the main villain Largo is not like visually interesting. In Thunderball, the guy has an eye patch. It looks uh, more unique, and here you just look like a guy. I mean, I'm not criticizing the actor. He's fine, and I think he gives a good performance. But Bond villains, they have certain like flamboyantness, some characteristic that makes them feel unique. And here is just like a business guy. So um, I'm blaming like costume department. But now I'm talking about the costume department, so I think I'm done talking about the movie. Um, I didn't tell the movie. I don't want to tell the movie. I want to recommend the movie. So, like I said, good action is like a blueprint for a Bond movie. Especially, I think it's a great double feature with Thunderbolt, so you can compare the two of them. Um, so it's like quotes the same movie but done 20 years apart. So you can say, okay, this, that. I mean, it's like a fun exercise, I guess. And if you like Bond movies or you like that kind of movie, give it a watch. That's it. That's it for me. And subscribe to the channel and like and share the video. You know what to do. So thank you for watching. To the next one. Bye.